welcome to a beautiful day here at Ted Chitwood Stadium in Raytown. We're ready for the exciting start of a doubleheader here on Spectrum Sports. It's soccer first as Raytown plays host to Northtown. Hello and welcome to Raytown alongside longtime Kansas City and Doug McLagan. I'm Lee Fleisig. All right, two squads here that are still record-wise on opposite ends of the spectrum right now. Northtown off to a very, very good start after a great season last year.
Yeah, great start. They're 4-1 right now. They were 20-6 last year. First time they've ever won a district final. So they're on fire right now, and they'll be looking to get another victory tonight.
Okay, for host Raytown, a team really trying to still find their way, but they've been in some close matches.
Yeah, they've been very good this year, but every game they've lost by one goal. So at some point, hopefully that's going to change for them, and everything will be good for them.
They want to end the frustration tonight against Northtown. We'll be back with the opening kickoff from Ted Chitwood Stadium here in Raytown when we continue on Spectrum Sports, a big Friday doubleheader. Stay with us. Hy-Vee, the official sponsor of High School Spirit. Welcome back to Ted Chitwood Stadium here in Raytown as we get ready for Northtown and Raytown. A little soccer matchup, the first end of a doubleheader for you here. Tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by Concord Career College. Start your healthcare career in months, not years. Concord has several career paths to choose from, and classes are forming now. To find out more, visit concord.edu. For the Northtown Hornets and their head coach, Jeff Laswell, you look at their starters, and Brian Vidal is one of the guys to watch with 5 goals already this year. And for Raytown, the Blue Jays, led by their head coach Derek Knoll, Carlos Cortez, providing much of their firepower for head coach Derek Knoll. Cortez with 5 goals already this season. Angel Sanchez, senior midfielder, also with a goal. And as Doug told you, Raytown 1-4, but Doug, those 1-goal losses, you flip them around and very well could have 2 5-1 teams here.
Oh, absolutely. We could be facing that way, but you know, unfortunately the game can go that way sometimes, and unfortunately it's gone the wrong way for Raytown in many of those close games. So hopefully their luck will be a little bit better tonight.
We've got a little heat here for a late September matchup, but playing on artificial turf. What are the concerns for the players, or is it any for either coach? Will we see a little earlier substitution perhaps with the heat?
Well, you might. I've been out there today as a PE teacher, and it's not hot temperature, but it's really humid and nasty. So a team that has a little bit of depth might be a little bit fresher tonight, and you might see a little bit more subbing with that because it is extremely hot.
All right, Northtown will be in their white trimmed in purple. Raytown, the home squad, will be in their blue trimmed in black. Jeff Laswell, the Northtown head coach, went to Raytown High School, so a little bit of a homecoming for him. The stadium's had a nice makeover, probably since I played in the stadium years and years ago. It's had a really nice makeover, but even since Jeff was here at Raytown, it's 11th season now at Northtown. It's just a truly beautiful facility now here at Raytown High School. And there you see the Hornets getting ready. 5-1, good wins over Staley, Raytown South. As Doug told you, they were 20-6 last year. Made it all the way to the state quarterfinals, as far as they'd ever gone before, and they're hoping to build on that momentum this year. Grant Lorenzen in goal for Northtown. And we're just about ready to kick it off. That's Ethan on for Northtown. And we're underway. So Northtown controlling again in the white trimmed in purple. Raytown will be in the blue trimmed in black.
So to start off with, they're both kind of lined up in the same formation. It's a kind of a 4-5-1 or a 4-3-3, whichever way you want to look at it. I think you're going to see North Kansas City being a little bit more aggressive in that 4-3-3, and Raytown will probably be more like a 4-5-1, defending and being strong and disciplined at the back.
What do you like to look for early on in a match between these two sides?
Well, first of all, who's going to gain the possession, who's going to control it most of the time. And obviously you look, like I just did, the formations and seeing who's going to come out to attack early. You know, if I was to pick one of the two teams, I would say it's probably North Kansas City with the record and the players that they have. They're a very offensive-minded team. Now what we're looking for is how is Raytown going to respond to that?
Goal kick now for Northtown. Played to midfield. Goes on with the header. Looking ahead for on. Played away by Raytown. Now the Blue Jays control. Taken away by the Hornets. On, leaves it.
Don't let him shoot! Don't let him shoot!
That's Brian Vidal. 5 goals on the season.
Let him run! Let's push on! Let's push on!
Back to Northtown again.
If you look at the game right now, Leaf, it's what we talked about. You've seen Raytown really sitting in a 4-5-1, and you know, North Kansas City is a very, very good team, and they're going to have to be very careful. Raytown at the back, they do not want to go behind with this team because the offense is extremely potent. And so you'll see them defending with lots of discipline, tucking in, not allowing gaps, and they're going to have to track runners. And any time around that box, Raytown is going to have to swarm those attackers from North Kansas City and not give them a chance to shoot.
Is it a little bit more of a defensive mentality then from that standpoint for Raytown?
Yeah, I think so, and I wouldn't blame at all that, you know, they're 1-4, and you know, you look at North Kansas City record last year. I know that's not what it is this year, but they're 5-1 and they can play. There's no question about that. So they're going to come in and try and keep it as tight as they can for as long as they can, I believe.
There'll be a throw in for Northtown. Alan Vidal throws it in.
I'll get back.
Brian Vidal who got kicked away.
It's a great run, and that's where they're going to have to watch young Brian Vidal. He's not afraid to take on fullbacks, and you just saw then he took on the fullback being by 3 or 4 yards. Fortunately, Raytown blocked it, gave a corner away, but that's going to be dangerous all night long.
Manny Escobar now with a left footer. It's a good one, goes through the box. Played away by Raytown. Carlos Cortez for the Blue Jays. Good defensive play there by Tomas Barrera.
Good strength there by Cortez. He fought off a challenge immediately from North Kansas City player. Bumped him off and he carried a good 40 yards. Just didn't have any help.
Looking ahead to Escobar. Played there by Jorge Morales.
Well read by the goalkeeper. There was a nice little split ball. But the keeper was well aware of it, got off his line and came out and collected it.
Grant Lorenzen will gather it up. Reset it for Northtown. Stolen away, that's Sanchez. Sanchez with a shot.
Hey, don't play.
Lorenzen got a hand on it.
You're good though. Be ready for the corner.
And that's the kind of opportunity Raytown are going to be looking for. A slight mistake by the young freshman. Stolen there, and there's your opportunity. Took it real well, great shot, and just tipped over the bar by the keeper. Good save. A good opportunity for Raytown there.
So the corner kick now for the Blue Jays.
Out.
Headed away. Cleared nicely by the Hornets, and here comes Northtown. Brian Vidal. Loses it. It'll go to Raytown.
Unlucky, just lost possession there, but the good thing I like about Raytown there, if he would have cut it back, there was 5 or 6 Raytown defenders recovered already. That is tremendous defending, and they're going to have to do that all night But that is something, obviously I think the coaches talked about it, because you could see as soon as they lost that ball, they were in a full sprint to get bodies behind the ball, and that's tremendous defending by Raytown.
Headed away that time by Josue Sanchez. Dangerous play there in the box. And Franco will get it away. Controlled again by the Hornets. Just a little too far for Brian Vidal.
I think Raytown's going to have to be careful there. And they're probably used to playing out the back, but, you know, they played out the back a couple of times here and they've given up possession. And like I said, this offense of North Kansas City is pretty potent. They cannot afford to keep on doing that, else sooner or later they will pay.
Played ahead, but Lorenzen is there. Both teams with good senior goalkeepers. That's always, I would think, a great place to start for a team.
Yeah, both coaches have mentioned already prior to the game that the goalkeepers are going to be huge in this game tonight.
Jorge Morales plays that one away. Taken away again by Northtown. Josue Gutierrez. Good pass ahead. Looking for Pham. Raytown there to snuff it out. Gutierrez looking for Pham there. Just past the line. Okay, goal kick for Raytown.
Yeah, unfortunate for Pham there. We were just talking a minute ago, you know, how many teams play in grass anymore. Well, with grass, that probably would have stayed in field, but the pass was maybe a yard off, and on this turf, it just runs real quickly.
Sanchez with a nice pass ahead. Well played there by Cale Williams to cut it off into the hands of his keeper, Grant Lorenzen.
Definitely good ball there, penetrated the back four, and we can see there Sanchez has got some pace, but very good defending again by the freshman there. Let it run all the way to the keeper's hands, and they just escaped that one, but nice ball through there by Raytown. One thing we did talk about, because of the formation, it really, a lot of times you're going to find it's Sanchez against at least the back two and maybe even four defenders, so he's got his work cut out today, that's for sure.
Bishop gathers it up for Northtown. Josue Gutierrez. Manny Escobar. Ryan Vidal. Opportunity for Pham. Shot just high. David Pham. The sophomore has 1 goal in the season and nearly 2.
That was a great effort, but all started again by Vidal, not afraid to run at defenders, and he hit this real well, and that's not too far off. Not too far off at all. And so Raytown's going to have to keep an eye on this Brian Vidal, because he's switching positions. Sometimes he's in the middle, sometimes out wide, but when he's out wide in those one-on-one situations and he's isolated, he is extremely dangerous, because not only is he technical and he can carry the ball, but he can carry the ball at pace. And he's already caused a lot of problems for Raytown.
Abram Franco takes it away for Raytown. Pass ahead is just a little bit too far, and Grant Lorenzen will grab it. Early first half action here from Raytown. Brian Vidal. Looking for Pham. Taken away by Joseph Chong, and Northtown controls.
A nice clean up there by Gutierrez. The pass wasn't a great one, but he fought off the attacker from Raytown. Worked for a good 10 seconds to keep it away from him, and then distribute the ball out wide. Great work by 6.
Carlos Cortez battling for Raytown. Finally wins it. Joseph Chong taken down. Tomas Barrera kicks it away.
No.
Wide of the goal, it'll be a goal kick for Raytown. Escobar battling. Back to Chong. Pham. Nice move, puts it on the right side. The kick. Nice save. Jorge Morales.
Hey, come on
Northtown wins it back.
Hey, you let him shoot.
Josue Gutierrez. Another save.
Hey,
Jorge Morales
Morales.
kicks that one just over the crossbar. He's trying to rally the troops.
He's not happy at all. He's screaming. But you know what? That's 2 fantastic shots. So he's mad that they got 2 shots off. But that's 2 incredible saves. Here's the first one. Pham makes a nice move outside, hits a rocket, and this is a strong wrist that pushes that away. And then all of a sudden, Butt's coming back, and that's a great tip over the bar. That's classic goalkeeping, and he has the right to be mad.
2 great saves by Morales. Now the corner kick into the box, and Morales gathers it again.
Yeah, that one was the easier of the 3.
You might have had a chance to breathe on that one, huh?
But we said, you know, the Hornets have got a lot of firepower up front, so he's going to have a very good game in goal, and right now, he's definitely on key to do that. Some tremendous saves already. But having said, two great saves, but those were 2 wonderful strikes too. Hit really well, and they were bullets. They weren't lobbed shots. They were on a line drive, and here's an opportunity here.
Nice ball from Escobar. Guess who's there again? Jorge Morales.
Yeah, but it's coming back there. He was a step offside there. You can hear Mr. Bartel, the referee. Gentlemen, offside. Bring it back.
Hey, come on,
Mr. Bartel made a point to come over and say hello. You guys have crossed paths before.
Yeah, I've been here in Kansas City a long time, and I think ever since I've been in, I've known him, so that's a long, long time.
Taken away again by Northtown. Alan Vidal. Brian's brother.
So the game kind of going how we kind of expect to come into this. I think North Kansas is probably going to control most of the ball, and they're going to create probably more chances than Raytown. And Raytown's probably looking for that 1 or 2 breakaway chances that maybe they can get on board. Here's an opportunity again. This time he's onside.
Manuel's got it. Has it taken away? Raytown does a good job to clear.
Let's get the ball.
You can hear Jorge Morales, the goalkeeper.
Thank you.
Well, you want that out of your keeper, don't you? You need a coach back there, right?
Absolutely. I was just going to say that. All the best goalkeepers I've ever either played with or known are that loud and obnoxious.
And have a little anger about them, don't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When he tells them to pick up the forwards, they're going to pick him up now, because if not, they're going to be scared to death of him. So yeah, no, you have to give instructions. Obviously, you know, don't have to yell at them too much, but you've got to tell them where to go, what to do. If you don't, they get free shots like they just had, and then he has to go to work. And so far, he's done very well at work today.
And Yell takes away for Northtown. Quickly ahead, David Pham. Good defensive play by Abram Franco. Once again, it's Northtown in control.
That's good, that's good.
Escobar taken down. Ethan on. Takes a shot to the shin. We'll take a break. First half action here from Raytown. It's the Blue Jays and Hornets scoreless. Midway through the opening half here, scoreless between Raytown and North Kansas City. Lee Fleisig, Doug McLagan with you as Raytown in the blue, battling Northtown in the white trimmed in purple. So far, we've seen some good opportunities from Northtown. Raytown maybe just one home run ball away from taking the early lead.
Yeah, and that's a good way to actually look at it. And here's a home run opportunity here. Yeah, it's a good way to put it, Lee, because, you know, the biggest difference if you watch it here is when North Kansas City's attacking, they're attacking with 5 or 6 players involved in the offense. When Raytown's attacking, it's 1 or maybe 2. So you're right, that long ball forward for one of those forwards or even the center forward to go after it and get that one goal, that's what they're looking for. And they've defended quite well so far. They get that one goal, and this game could be extremely interesting.
And we've seen some chances from Raytown, just not quite materialized, but it's there. You can feel it kind of lurking a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Grant Lawrenson's already made 1 tip over the bar, so that's 1 extremely good opportunity. But yeah, they're close.
Josue Gutierrez. Head to Damian Hood. Hood controls it. Nice job. It's David Pham. Pham had a rocket of a right foot earlier. Tries to get it centered and can't quite. Knocked out a play. It'll be a corner kick for Northtown.
Gets a corner kick. He made several opportunities to get a shot off there, but just tremendous defending. If you look, there was like 3 or 4 Raytown players around him, and that's the defender they're going to need all day. Just no time for shots, and they gave him no opportunity there. That's great defending, and they got an opportunity here for a corner kick.
Punched away there by Jorge Morales. Tomas Barrera let one loose. The header gathered in there by Jorge Morales. Morales lets it loose. Just a bit too far. Raytown gathers it back. Ian McCready. Josue Gutierrez controls it for the Hornets.
And McCready lost the ball in midfield, but the good thing, he lost it high in midfield, and they had numbers behind him, so wasn't giving North Kansas City an opportunity to break on transition. So while he doesn't want to lose it, if he's going to lose it, it's better there than in his final third. You can see McCready just working between the forwards and the midfield, looking where the ball is and to see if he can cut that ball off. He couldn't cut this one off, though, and this could be dangerous.
David Pham. Good defensive play by Jesus Lopez. Played ahead. Marcos Pantoja. Just off the foot. We'll have a water break. It is a little warm out there on the field, so our referee is going to stop the action. Let the guys get watered down, and that is obviously a concern when you play. As you mentioned, the heat's one thing, but boy, the humidity just really does take it out if it doesn't.
Yeah, well, you've got the heat and humidity. You know, the other thing is it's the turf too. That probably adds about 15 degrees to it, so it's nasty. And when you work as hard as some of these soccer players are working on the field, then you need this water break. This will be a well-deserved water break for both teams.
We were talking as we walked up to the booth, and I was asking you, in your great international experience and in Kansas City and professionally, about the fields. And the artificial turfs fields have made great differences for a lot of schools in terms of maintenance and being able to play through all types of weather. But has it changed the game much in your eye through the youth level and into high school?
Well, I think it's changed, and I think for the good a little bit too, because on turf, if I pass a ball to you and it's a yard ahead of you, there's a chance it's going to run out of bounds. So what's that make you do? It makes you play the ball to feet more. So I think you're seeing more possession style now, because if you don't play possession, you got to do like that last attack, ball over the top, and you got to chase it for 40 yards, and sometimes it runs faster than you, and it's a goal kick. So there are positives from it, and the biggest positives, because I remember in the old day, towards the end of the season, because of rainouts, we'd end up playing 5 games in a week, and 5 games with a small squad is a killer. So here, it's lightning that stops us, and that's it. But unfortunately, on days like this, it's nasty, but you know what? These guys have done it before. They're just happy to be out there to play soccer, and they might feel the heat a little bit, maybe. Yeah, it might be mental.
And just watching it from the outside, the conditioning that high school soccer players go through is really tremendous. I see it from time to time just driving by high schools, and just the conditioning that they put in is just tremendous.
Yeah, it's changed a lot because it's conditioning all summer now.
Yeah.
So before it would be like you come in the start of August and you do 3 weeks of camp. Well, now teams are coming in through July, all the way through August, meeting, doing, soccer stuff, doing workout stuff, and then when they come in that first 3 weeks of season, then they step it up even more. So the kids are far better in shape, I think, than what we used to be. But yeah, it's a lot of hard work too.
All right, we'll pick it up in just over 19 minutes to play here in the opening half. Scoreless between Northtown and Raytown. Northtown with a goal kick. Headed ahead was Damian Hood. Brian Vidal. Back to Hood. Hood puts it on the right side, centers it, just missed.
Hey, come on, man, come on.
Manuel had an opportunity in front of the goal.
Very good move there. Started again by Vidal, who just came on, and Hood did very well to get round the fullback and get round him by a couple of yards so he could actually pull it back for Manuel. But unfortunately, it was maybe, let's have a look, it might have been slightly behind him, so he couldn't get his shoulders around the ball. He ended up kicking the ball the way he was facing, which was about ½ an inch wide of the post. Great opportunity, though.
Ulysses Sanchez for Raytown. This way Gutierrez wins it for Northtown. Damian Hood now. Head to Gutierrez and just past the sideline. It'll be Raytown's throw in. Damian Hood. Knocked away there by Marcos Pantaja.
Sub for North Kansas City. And here's one thing I have noticed. North Kansas City has ran in quite a few players. For example, Hood, who just set up that chance to Manuel, they're both off the bench. So the depth of North Kansas City is, I think, a little bit greater than it is with Raytown. And like we just talked about, on a day like this, that's really going to help. So if they're playing with 15, 16, 17 players against 11 or 12, in the end, they could wear Raytown down, and that's when maybe later in the game they find the advantage with tired Raytown players.
That's Jake Reinch in for Northtown. Freshman defender, midfielder.
Oh, come on! Come on!
Vidal.
Man, on your left! Get it back!
Taken away by Josue Sanchez, but Northtown wins it back. Gutierrez looking for Damian Hood there. Vidal after it. Goes down. It'll be a throw in for Northtown.
I think he might have given a free kick there. He actually won the ball, but I think he left his leg in a little high there, and the referee said, yeah, we're not having any of that. So free kick here for North Kansas City.
Tomas Barara will take it.
Yeah, if you watch it, I think he got the ball. It was a fair challenge, but his foot was left a little high. And probably the right decision there by the referee. Now here's a problem you're going to spot for Raytown was Raytown defended extremely well against North Kansas City there, and they then broke it out, but they looked forward and they had one player up front against 4. And unfortunately, they couldn't find him, so they lose the ball, and now the Hornets are back in their face again.
Manuel gives it up to Gutierrez. Knocked out of play. It'll be a throw in for Northtown. Brian Vidal. Left footer is blocked.
Come on!
And again, the option is one player up front, and couldn't get to him, so they get pressured and double teamed, and now they lose possession again.
And Yell.
Thank you.
Sends it back to Barara.
Good, good. Come on, push up. Come on, midfielder. Get in, push up.
Now Jorge Morales is after the midfielders a little bit, so he's an equal opportunity goalie.
So is that Morales shout? Because I was just going to say, is that a coach or is it someone from the fans? Because he's really, really loud.
Sorry.
Morales with a challenge there of Damian Hood.
Bring up the intensity right there. Back to your side. Hey, y'all midfielder need to work harder.
Yeah, it is.
Just watch him. Don't ball watch him.
No, what he's saying is right, because he wants the midfield to get pressure on the Hornets so they don't have a chance to take a shot. And the problem is the midfield's working so hard, they're getting tired. And North Kansas City is moving that ball around, making it difficult for them to close it down. But ideally, the keeper wants face or somebody in the face of the North Kansas City every time they get the ball. So he's 100% right.
Ethan On swings it in. Raytown can't clear it. Shot in the goal. Shahab. Saidi. Well, there are a lot of chances there for the Hornets, and finally they're able to cash in.
Yeah, and this is one that just allows a loose bounce in the box, and he took it very well. I mean, it's just a loose ball, really not doing much. Could have cleared the ball better there, and all of a sudden, bang, goal. It's a good strike, very good strike. The problem was the ball. They did have an opportunity to get that ball 6 yards down the field and didn't, and unfortunately, they paid for it. Just a small little mistake, and that's where they pounced on you.
Saidi, a junior midfielder, puts his Hornets up 1-0.
Again, a player that came off the bench, so they've got some depth to use here, and they've got some good players that are coming off the bench. I'm very impressed with Hakeem Manuel out there on the left. He's got some pace, got some good skill, and he's caused them some problems too, as well as Hood on the right. So there's definitely a lot of talent on this North Kansas City team, no question about it.
Like, I know they were really excited, as you mentioned, to win the district and get out of that stage for the first time ever. And yeah, it's a different season, but that momentum can carry over, can't it?
Oh, absolutely it can. Yeah, you do that, and I think they got all the way, and I think they got beat by Rockhurst, I think. And Rockhurst was loaded last year, and they won state. So, they're one step away from possibly going state. And they did extremely well last year. They lost some players, but I don't know how far off they are this year. They could, again, with that confidence, get into that situation, win districts, win sectionals, and maybe win a quarterfinal and go to state for the first time ever. You just never know. So I think they're very confident. They've definitely got some very good players on this team. In fact, one of the strongest players, Manny Escobar, number 7 here. You haven't really seen a lot of him, but when you've got a team like this, you know, I'm not saying he's taking a day off, but he can have an average performance like he's had so far, but still there's other people coming out and having big performances. So it can hit you from anywhere, I think.
Check it out, check it out.
Manuel had a swing at it. Just missed, but there's Manny Escobar. Escobar with a left footer.
Leave it.
Looking for Damian Hood there.
The minute I mention his name, then he goes and does something brilliant.
He might have heard something.
Yeah. Maybe I upset him with that comment.
Come on, let's push up. Hey,
The ball was tipped away.
And again, you can hear Morales. And again, the opportunity was given there. I think it was Gutierrez who got the shot off, and he had 4 or 5 yards to take a look at the goal and get a good strike. He didn't quite hit it clean, but if he does, that's putting the keeper to work in. So that's where he's asking him to get in the face so he gets his head down and so he doesn't get a clean strike. You know, maybe there was enough pressure there that the Gutierrez did miss-hit it, and therefore he didn't have to make a save. But I love the way he's yelling and screaming and getting his defense organized. It's fantastic.
Jeffrey Peavy for Raytown. And Toha. That was Carlos Cortez.
A couple little fouls there. I think
2 Northtown players down.
Yeah, Cortez caught Escobar. I'm not sure if the referee saw that, and then he did see the second one, which I'm not sure who caught who, but
Ethan On goes down and gets up slowly.
Don't let it pass, don't let it pass.
That's Finn Dwyer, the senior forward in the match now for Northtown. Play back to the keeper, Brant Lorenzen.
Great touch there from Franco. Of course, Franco's not new to that. Franco actually is a midfielder, but the coach was saying he's been really grateful for him because he's actually moved back to defense to help them, and he's helped them big times. And so when that ball came forward and he brought it down on dime, I mean, that's a midfielder's touch there. It was beautiful.
Look, how hard is that for a player? Obviously, players sometimes in club, or maybe their preference would be another position. The high school team needs them to play another spot. It shows a lot for a player to be able to change positions and kind of embrace that change too, doesn't it? A nice opportunity here for Raytown as Lorenzen has to come up to make the play.
Another good ball again in the gap split, and he's maybe a yard or 2 short of getting that, and that's what Raytown's looking for, just that one opportunity to get back on the board.
Carlos Cortez sends it ahead.
But getting back to your point before, yeah, it takes some time to adjust, but you know, in the end, he's a soccer player, and you ask him to play a position, he'll adjust to it and get there, and you know what, it's good for him too. It's good for players to see different positions, because what happens if he goes to college and he's sitting behind a top midfielder?
Right.
Well, now he can say, well, I can play defense too, coach. You know, so there's
versatility is a good thing.
Oh,
in
absolutely.
any sport.
Absolutely, it is.
Manuel wins that ball. Now Manuel with a chance. Escobar. Vidal with a left footer. It's off the upright of the football goal.
It's a nice little cut here. You see Vidal going on his right, cuts it to his left, smacks it his right, and just over the bar. But there's something you got to watch with. The kid can strike the ball with his right and the left. So now it's not like he's all right, so he can stay on his left side. Now you go to his right, and he cuts it to his left, and he can strike it well. So that's a very dangerous player, and he's done very well this afternoon here.
Raytown in the blue, controlling. Taken away by Finn Dwyer.
Watch out, you don't do your first touch, man.
Manny Escobar. Back to Ethan on. Wire. Throwing for Northtown. 2 more subs here for the Hornets.
And that's a great thing for the Hornets. They just run in. 2 of the starters coming back in. They've had a little rest. They're fresh and ready to go again. And we're seeing a little bit more subbing from Raytown because some of the players need a little bit of rest.
Josue Gutierrez and Nick Bishop in for Northtown. Taken away by Raytown. Back to Cortez. Gutierrez plays it out to Manuel. David Pham. It's on the left side. It's wide.
It's a good effort, but great team defending there by Raytown. 2 players were on him. He couldn't get the first shot off. He cut it for the second, and the second defender didn't block him, but he did enough to put him off to make him miss-hit that ball. It just trickled past the far post. And Raytown's going to have to continue to do that, but that was some really good team defending.
Finn Dwyer called on that one. Raytown will control final 5 minutes of this opening half.
And Raytown won't want to come into this half down 1, but down 1 is not a problem. They're still in this. They just need to create that one opportunity to get back in the game. So they've just got to be patient, and they got to make sure North Kansas City doesn't get that second one, especially in the last 5 minutes here.
Back to Jorge Morales.
And he's, as I say, he's in no rush to pick that ball up.
That's Nick Bishop, who just re-entered the game. Drew Bishop. Cale Williams. Carlos Cortez. Nice pass ahead. Wrench there for Northtown. Good opportunity there for the Blue Jays, but Tomas Barrera breaks it up. Now it's Northtown looking to go ahead. Finn Dwyer. Jorge Morales comes way out of goal.
Yeah, he probably didn't need to come all the way far out, I think, because I think Franco had control of it. But hey, sometimes 2 is better than 1. But a great attack there by Raytown. And I noticed the last couple of times they're looking for that big, long diagonal ball in behind the fullbacks. They've spotted something that they think they can be successful at. And it's a couple yards off. That time we actually got it to the player, and the cross came in, and they couldn't finish. But you can see something developing there. That could be the area that Raytown gets back into this game, either behind that right fullback or behind that left back.
Ulises Sanchez trying to race that one down, played out by Alan Vidal. Cortez and Angel Sanchez.
Yeah, a bit of a wild shot there, but you know, if it goes up a 90, nobody's saying it's wild, so you never know. You don't score if you don't take shots, right? that was on target, that would have been a handful for Sorensen, that's for sure.
Play it back to Lorenzen. Last minute and a half, Raytown will get a chance. Back down to play by Vidal. Josue Gutierrez. Looking ahead to Pham.
And that interception there by Flores could have been a huge play with 58 seconds left. If that goes through, that's a great opportunity for North Kansas City to get their second goal, but read the pass and cut it off and did very well.
One last chance, perhaps. David Pham battling for it. Vidal's got it. Roy Morales snuffs it out. Carlos Cortez.
We've seen a little bit more room for Cortez as the game grows. At first, it almost like every time he got the ball, they were in his face. He's now finding some space, and by doing that, he's causing some problems with those balls in beyond the fullback, because he's now finding time to play those balls, whereas before he had no time.
Whistle blows on this first half, with North Kansas City leading Raytown 1-0. We'll talk about it, show you the highlights from the first half as we continue from Raytown here on Spectrum Sports, the opener on a nice doubleheader here at Raytown. Raytown and William Crispin coming up in football right after this one. We still have another half of soccer to play. Doug McClagan will be back with us after this to talk about it, show you the highlights when we return here on Spectrum Sports. Stay with us. Second half just underway here in Raytown as the host Blue Jays in the blue, taking on Northtown, the Hornets in their white trimmed in purple. Fly6, Doug McClagan with you, and we have a change in goal for Northtown. Cale Williams, the freshman, steps in for Grant Lorenzen, who made two nice saves in that opening half.
Yeah, two good saves, and Williams was the centre back to start off the game, a freshman, and he did quite well. He got that turnover that made Lorenzen make the first save, but other than that, he had a pretty good first half. But he's decided to go in goal second half.
Northtown ahead, that's Ethan On. Pass broken up in McCready for Raytown. Just a bit of a sway of momentum there towards the end of that first half. Northtown looked like they really controlled a lot of that first half, but Raytown looked like they were trying to turn the tide a little bit there at the end of that first half.
Yeah, I think Raytown, here's a little foul, I think, but I think Raytown was creeping back into the game. Like you said, they had 3 or 4 opportunities with that big, large diagonal over the back towards the fullbacks, and caused some pressure for North Kansas City. So let's see how it starts second half. It's Raytown's already had the ball up North Kansas City's area a couple times already, so maybe there's a slight change coming here.
Pass head to Manny Escobar. Jorge Morales will take it. Now, you may have heard in the opening half, Morales really directing his troops. In all fairness to him, there is a microphone at that end of the field, so we were catching a lot of it, which I thought was really interesting. It really took you inside the game a little bit about what goes on between the keeper and not only his defenders, but the midfielders, and he was yelling at the forwards a little bit too, So we may not hear quite as much from Morales, which might be a shame, but he's still vocal, believe it or not, down on his end.
Yeah, we may not hear as much from the freshman, you're right, but the senior goalkeeper, I thought he was tremendous. I mean, he was organising everything in front of him, which is what a goalkeeper is supposed to do, so I love it.
Brian Vidal has it taken away. McCready takes it.
Hey, two. Three.
I don't know, we've seen more control out of Raytown here early in the second half than really we did in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, they're still in this game. All it takes is one opportunity, and they get that tying goal. We got a brand new game here, so.
Carlos Cortez.
Keep going.
Cale Williams in goal. You can hear him directing traffic. That kick sails just high. You hear the goalkeepers, you talk about the communication, but I hear high school coaches talk so much about communication amongst players, and that being really a standard when you're talking about tryouts and being a part of a team, how much they really emphasize the communication part of this game.
Yeah, it's massive. Look, we have two eyes in the front, and that's it. We can't see behind us, so you've got to have people helping you, so you've got an idea what's in front, behind, to the side, and the only way to do that is talk. And the more you talk, the more you're organized, the more likely you're going to get things done correctly. Lack of communication, somebody doesn't pick up one little mistake, and you get scored on. Okay, if you communicate and you give all that information, I mean, occasionally, you'll get scored on even when you do that, but just the more organized you are, the better you will be, especially defensively.
Vidal with a block there, and I'm sure there are parents sitting at home right now saying that, you mean I've got to get my kid to talk more? But it does, obviously, on the field, play a big part of it, and trying to get kids to communicate, sometimes it doesn't come naturally for them.
Well, no, some kids don't talk a lot. Some kids are shy.
Some kids talk a lot, except when they get on the field.
Yes, that is so right, yes.
Vidal ahead for Northtown. Tripped up. Ball taken away. Be a throw in for the Hornets. Ethan on. Opportunity now for Northtown. Cleared out. Cortez has got it. Here come the Blue Jays. Good play from the freshman Reinch. Ryan Vidal. On the sideline. Right footer is blocked. Cortez has got it. Head for the Blue Jays. Reinch plays it away.
Again, first of all, great defending again by Raytown. Diallo, who's had a very, very good game, kept Vidal, made him come inside, and when he came inside, he came into 3 or 4 different Raytown players. That's just great team defending. And then the other thing that I've noticed, they're giving Cortez a little bit too much room, because if there's a player that's probably going to get Raytown back in this game, he's probably the man. And right now, he's getting quite a bit of space to kind of do whatever he wants to do. I think North Kansas City, the Hornets, are going to have to keep an eye, or at least a tighter eye, on Cortez, or else that could come back to bite.
Cortez with 5 goals this season.
Mark.
Now with the corner kick.
Hey, mark tight, boys. Mark tight. Hey, they're all going to come on. Away.
Hit out by Northtown, still controlled by Raytown, however. Tomas Barrara for Northtown trying to clear it. That's with Sanchez for Raytown.
A little danger there for North Kansas City, but Bishop got 2 very good headed clearances to save the day for North Kansas City. And this challenge just slightly a little dangerous. A bit more like a rugby scrum there.
Handball called on the Hornets. So take me inside the Raytown huddle, maybe at halftime. What would you like to see different from the Blue Jays? What would you try to mix up? So we said that towards the end of that first half, it looked like something changed a little bit for them, and clearly there's something different here early in the second half.
Yeah, I think, you know, I believe he probably came into the game saying, look, we got to be a little cautious here. We can't let them open the game up, because if we get behind by a couple, we're in trouble. So they played tight, disciplined defense. They're down 1-0 at the half, and that's one of them right there. That big diagonal ball over the top behind the fullbacks is causing North Kansas City problems. And I bet you coach has talked about that before the game, reminded him at halftime. That's probably the ball that's going to create something for Raytown. So, you know, the patience of just staying in the game. Now they're in the game. It just takes one opportunity, and you can see there's a little energy or a little bit more excitement from Raytown. Like maybe they understand the game plan, and now they're thinking, okay, we've done what we're supposed to do. Now it's time to turn it up, and you can see more energy coming out from here. And like I said, one opportunity. That's all they need.
As you mentioned, they've been in a lot of one-goal games. Just haven't had many of them turn their way, but still looking for that chance. Northtown with the ball and an opportunity here.
Oh.
Shot and a goal.
Yeah,
that's David Pham.
Yeah, just as we spoke, and unfortunately the right wing out there, I'm not sure who actually got it, was wide open.
Looked like David Pham with his second goal of the season.
Yeah, somehow it got out wide, and he's just wide open. That's a fantastic finish. Upper 90, there's nothing the keeper can do about that. Question is, how is he that far open? And that could be what we just talked about, communication. Maybe someone didn't get the job done right there. But he should not be that free inside the box, and that's an easy finish. And now Raytown does have a mountain to climb now. 2 goals, it's going to be tough.
All right, let's see how the Blue Jays respond now. Raytown with the ball. Taken away by Josue Gutierrez. Back to Manny Escobar.
This is what Coach Laswell had talked about. He mentioned how they play a lot of high pressure. You know, they've got a lot of energy. They'll put pressure on Raytown, and eventually the plan is to wear them down. And now with Raytown pushing, they're going to have to push. They're down 2 goals. It's going to open up more opportunities for that North Kansas City offense. We've already said how potent that can be. So now they've got to be careful. They obviously got to go forward because they're 2-0 down, but they're going to leave gaps, and this game could open up even more if they're not careful.
Coach Derek Knoll from Shawnee Mission East. The Blue Jays work to clear it out of there. Now maybe get an opportunity on their end. Cortez with maybe his best chance. Knocked down. Raytown with control. But Derek Knoll said of the 42 players, about 30 of them have some international flavor. There is a great community here in Raytown, and the coming together and the love of soccer and the infusion of talent that they've had in the program. He just was really excited about what the future would hold here with 15 freshmen coming out for soccer this year. You see Cortez taken down there and an opportunity for Raytown.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they have now, but I think he mentioned if they don't have it now, he thinks probably next year they'll probably have a C team, which is pretty darn good. You know, and they've done very well here on varsity. And obviously, there's an excitement here about soccer, which is absolutely fantastic for the program.
First play for Cale Williams there. Grant Lorenzen had a shutout first half. Hornets changing keepers here in the second. Two subs now for Northtown.
Here's part of what we talked about, you know, early in the second half, they're subbing 2 players already, and 2 very good players, I might add.
Manuel looks like a soccer player, doesn't he?
He really does. It's either that or a 100-meter track.
Right.
Boys fast. So they're able to put quality players in and have quality players sitting on the bench that can rest those quality players. And unfortunately, Raytown does not quite have the depth of North Kansas City. They've done fantastic, but Raytown's playing with 12, 13 players. North Kansas City's almost playing with like 14, 15. And that's where, like Coach said, eventually we're going to wear you down, and then our offensive powers are going to take advantage of that.
Cortez just missed the header. Blue Jays fighting to control. They went off Manuel. Rice throws it in. Manuel has it poked away.
Come on, let's pressure him!
I can still hear Jorge Morales without the microphone here from across the field.
I was just going to say that. Oh, you can still hear him. Come on, let's pressure him. Let's pressure him. So I don't think the mic makes a difference. You're just going to hear him the whole game.
Raytown with a throw in now.
We're going to man down here. It's McCready, I believe. I didn't see what happened, but he's laying on the floor in a bit of pain.
Ian McCready, the senior midfielder.
He's done a very good job today. He sits in front of that back four, and he's stopped balls going into the forward, and he's made it difficult for the North Kansas City forwards to get clean ball. A lot of balls gone in, and he's been in the way, so the ball's been played in and not being clean to the forward. So he's done a fantastic job, and hopefully he'll be back in a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, knee to knee maybe. Yeah, that's painful. Absolutely accidental. Both players went in for the challenge, and I think they just collided knee to knee, and he obviously got the worst of it.
All right, so Raytown throws it in.
Yeah, that was a little illegal. You got to actually wait for the referee to blow the whistle. They're thinking nobody's watching. We can go now. Let's go.
Now we're legal. Taken away by Manny Escobar.
Great play by Franco again. He's done very well at the back.
Alan Vidal with a nice defensive play there for the Hornets. Damian Hood.
Trying to squeeze it between the left centre back and the left back there. But good defending again by Ivan Flores, getting away the pass and clearing the ball out.
Josue Gutierrez looking for Vidal. Raytown will throw it in, and this is the first part of a doubleheader here at Raytown. Raytown football team will host William Chrisman here tonight. We'll have it for you right here on Spectrum Sports.
Let's go, Miguel.
Tomas Barrera.
There's a little change here for North Kansas City. You can see they're just knocking around, calm and composed, quite happy just to keep possession and keep things simple. And they were a little bit more intense, a little bit more faster in the first half, but they're quite happy to knock around, keep it, and run some of that clock off.
Cortez takes it away. Slips. One back there by Manny Escobar.
Good battle to the two players there. One wins it back, and then there's a little foul because you're not winning the ball off me and getting away with it. So Cortez Just whipped his feet a little bit from out of him. No harm, but it was a foul.
That's Manny Escobar. Left footer.
What a goal.
You talked about Manny Escobar.
He'd been quiet, but you know what? That's the thing about him. He's quiet, then all of a sudden he gets the ball, he cuts it to his left, and that's a bullet. And their keeper stood no chance. That is sheer class. And I apologize for saying you were quiet, because you're not anymore.
Well, that's not a knock. It was quite but you targeted him as a player that you had to watch on Northtown, and Escobar comes through with a beautiful left footer.
Yeah, I mean, he hit it well, but it's just a beautiful cut, and everything looks better on the left foot anyway. But yeah, he just cut it with a pinky toe, pushed it around the defender and hit a bullet, and I'm not sure if the keeper even moved, and not his problem hitting that. That was just well hit. That was beautiful.
That makes it 3-0 North Kansas City now. Raytown coach Derek Knowles said, "You'll never question our toughness or our heart." They've got a huge hill to climb now in the final 23 minutes.
Yeah, I love what he says. I'm not very good at Spanish, but nunca se rende. That's probably awful Spanish, but that's the motto this year, never say die. And you can see that in all the games they've been in. They've lost by 1 goal. They never quit. So they're not going to quit this game here. They're going to fight it right to the end. And hopefully, hopefully things go well. Maybe they can get a goal. But I love that never say die attitude. And I apologize for my Spanish, because I'm not very good at Spanish.
Coach, 2 years didn't do me much good either. But he has the Spanish, that phrase in Spanish on his T-shirt. He says, we've really embraced the international culture that we've become now, especially in Raytown and on this team. And he said, we're proud of it, and he loves the energy and the grit that a lot of the players have brought to the program.
Absolutely.
Vidal now with a chance, right footer, just across the goal mouth.
Morales was a little lucky there, because he was in no man's zone. He wasn't close enough to the ball. He wasn't close to the line, but fortunately the chip there just went, well, I shouldn't say just, went 7 or 8 yards wide.
I believe it would be the left side of his upper.
But yeah, I mean, to have it on his T-shirt, and you can see they're enjoying playing, they're working hard, and they've done a good job today, and they've done a good job in all the games so far this year. But they are facing an opponent that is very, very good today. And like I said, they're going to play this all the way to the 80th minute. I guarantee you that.
Danielle try to get it ahead to Vidal. Manny Escobar, who just had the goal. Good save from Jorge Morales.
Well, that was a beautiful ball by Escobar with that left foot. Hood took it down amazingly off his chest, but a great save by the goalkeeper, because if he doesn't save that, that's goal number 4.
Escobar takes it away. Vidal looking to go back to Escobar.
I think here's the play. Well, we missed the ball, but that's beautifully taken down the chest. But if that goes half a yard further out, then you've got a tap in there. I think that is Vidal. So excellent goalkeeping, but a beautiful play by North Kansas City.
Ball knocked out of play, so Northtown will have a throw in.
Hey, they're gonna stop playing around. Come on, man.
Alma Merriam for Northtown.
Hey! JP!
Now Reinsch throws it in. Escobar. Still controlled by Northtown. Escobar's really making his presence felt here in the second half, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's just a good touch on the ball. And, you know, I've seen his left foot's beautiful. He just played the ball out with his right foot too. I mean, the boy's got 2 feet. And obviously reads the game well and knows what's going on, and has made some very good decisions with the ball.
Escobar plays it back. That's Nick Bishop. Saidi, who had a goal earlier in the first half. It's Damian Hood from Northtown. Still battling. Nice effort.
Good, strong defending there by Ivan Flores.
He's a physical guy, isn't he?
He's very physical, but he's good on the ball too. I've been very impressed with the 2 centre backs, Franco and Flores. I think they've done extremely well. And obviously you look at the score and you go 3-0. Well, that's how well have they done. But they've been solid together. They've cut off 5 or 6 passes that, if they wouldn't have, it could be more. They've really read the game well. They've been strong on the ball. A solid 2 centre backs.
All right. Water break on the field. We'll take one with them as Northtown leads Raytown 3-0 here at Raytown on Spectrum Sports. We're right back after this. Hy-Vee, the official sponsor of High School Spirit. Here at Raytown, the first half of a doubleheader. We'll see William Chrisman and Raytown on the football field right here after this one is over. Move the nets, turn on the lights. Kevin Wyke, Johnny Beck will be with you for that one. William Chrisman and Raytown, about 7 o'clock right here on Spectrum Sports. We've still got 18 minutes to play here between Northtown, the Hornets, with a 3-0 lead. Lee Fleischer, Doug McClagan with you. And you have to be really impressed with what you've seen from North Kansas City thus far.
Yeah, they've got some solid players. They've been well organized. They can knock the ball around. They've got some pace to get around the back of you. There's a lot of talent on this team. I'd be very interested to see how far they get this year. They could cause some problems to a lot of teams in town.
So we just took a water break. It's humid, and that artificial turf will radiate the field a little bit, so the athletes are watered down. We are too, and we're ready to go for the final 18 minutes. Northtown in the white, trimmed in purple. Raytown in the blue, trimmed in black. Hornets with a 3-0 lead. Villamariam, played there by Jorge Morales, the very vocal goalkeeper for Raytown. Ball too far ahead for the Blue Jays, so Northtown will throw it in.
Man coming behind you.
Ethan On plays it for the Hornets.
And again, they're quite happy to keep possession and slow the pace. So fantastic.
Damian Hood. Hood doing some nice work. A good defensive play. Just like that, Josue Gutierrez swoops in. Lets one fly.
Wasn't a bad strike, was it?
No.
Kind of lulled us to sleep, then all of a sudden hits a... And everybody's thinking, ah, it's just over the bar. Bang, hits a crossbar.
Wow. That kind of woke everybody up. Take one more look at it here, Doug.
Yeah, but he's quiet and they're just kind of watching and nothing's going on. Then all of a sudden, bang, and wow.
Josue Gutierrez with the shot.
Another one of their players has been very good today. Very good on the ball. And that's the good mix. They've got some very hard workers. They've got some...
Pantoja for Raytown is the player down. Marcos, the sophomore midfielder. Some good sportsmanship there from Northtown as well.
Yeah, that's good to see. We've seen a lot of... Hey, you know, the players getting... Checking to see right. You know, it's a tough physical game, but it's great to see, you know, when you get in a challenge, you go check the opposition. Hey, you okay? I didn't mean it, you know, and there's been a lot of good sportsmanship tonight.
Okay, so Northtown with a goal kick.
Yeah, I got you.
Taken away, but Ethan on. Knocked out of play by Reinsch.
Hey, Mark. Hey, 8's wide open.
Vidal trying to win it for Northtown.
Well, the good thing to see, there's still fight left in this Raytown. You know, both of them flying in to make sure that Vidal has absolutely no time on the ball. So I love the work ethic and I love the never say die attitude that they have. It's fantastic.
Vidal with it. Ethan on. Back to Vidal. Josue Sanchez there for Raytown. Then Dwyer battling for Northtown.
Done by the fullback. He almost got himself in some trouble, but fought back out of it, won it back, and cleared it out of bounds. So, like I said, they just keep fighting. It's fantastic.
Jeffrey Peavy showing a little footwork there from the big man, huh?
And he's worked hard. I mean, his work ethic is tremendous.
Jorge Morales gets it there for Raytown. Yeah, you're going to have a full day when you face Northtown and the firepower that they have, don't you?
Yeah, and like you said, the depth that they have, I mean, it's tremendous. Got to be exciting for his coach. You know, 20-6 was great last year. He's got to be excited for this year's playoffs too.
Vidal had a chance one-on-one, taken down.
Yeah, it's going to be a penalty kick. It has to be, I think. He stole the ball, turnover, going towards goal, and the Raytown guy didn't really mean it, but fell onto his back, and that's a PK. Great pressure there by Vidal. He's going in, and yeah, unfortunately, he's very smart, because what he did, he got in front of the defender, he slowed down a little bit. Defender ran straight into his back. That's a PK, absolutely. And it looks like I got fouled, so I'm taking it.
Not a lot of hesitation there, was there?
Of course, he could be the regular PK taker for all we know, but
It'll be a good choice. 5 goals on the year, make it 6.
very good choice. He's deserved one today. I thought he played very well, and he's taken on players. He's got a nice little flair on the ball, had a few shots, worked his tail off. And
you're shooting from both sides, too.
Yes,
you like both sides.
Yep. So unfortunately for Raytown now, it's 4-0, and I feel bad because, you know, for the performance that they've put out here, it doesn't deserve to be 4-0. They've really worked hard and really done a good job. Look at that, just tuck it in the corner. I mean, that's just casual and cool and fantastic finish. And because of that, they're going to take him out.
Yeah.
But who they replace him with? Manuel, who's been fantastic today. That could be the difference in the two teams. You bring off your star and you bring in a possible another star. So I mean, they're just very, very good. There's no question about it.
So Raytown certainly would like to get on the board here. Sanchez. Swallowed up there by Jake Reinsch. He's played a good match. The freshman's played hard.
Yeah, he's done very well indeed.
Looking ahead to Cortez against Reinsch.
Hey,
stops it for Northtown.
Hey.
Cortez back to Franco. Taken away by the Hornets. Cortez still battling. A little too much there on Ethan on.
Yeah, but I do love the way he scraps. I mean, that's not his first foul of the game, but he competes. I mean, yeah, there's these 4, 5, 6 little fouls, but you know, he just won't give up. And I kind of like that, you know. I mean, not nasty fouls, just competing. So, and he's had a pretty good game today. Unfortunately, a lot of times he's just been unable to have the support of his other players around him, and they've been attacking with 1s and 2s, and it's probably not enough to beat the North Kansas City defense. That's for sure.
Let's face it, 10 minutes into a 4-0 game, it'd be easy to start looking at the Gatorade on the sideline and thinking about what you're going to do, and he's still in their battle.
Absolutely, yeah. Shown a lot of pride here, and like I said, I really like the motto, I really like their attitude, and he's done a great job with them here at this program here, and they're going to get there. They're going to get there.
Gutierrez will play it back to his keeper, Cale Williams, who took over here in the second half. Combined shutout this far with Grant Lorenzen. It'll be a Raytown throw-in. Final 9 minutes here. Again, the first game of our doubleheader. We'll turn it over to football here at 7 o'clock as Raytown plays host to William Chrisman. Same field, different crew. Kevin White, Johnny Beck will be here.
a good job they got a different crew, because I don't know how much I could help you with football.
We might put you down on the sidelines. You and I we might work the sidelines for that. I got a feeling that's a good game. I think Joe Novacek will still be at the controls directing, so we'll be in good hands.
I won't be able to help you much there, I can tell you that. I'll enjoy it, but that's about it.
Go to it, Jake.
Jesus Lopez for Raytown. Is it knocked away? Sanchez throws it in. I think Manuel wants to get in the action. He's still chasing it pretty hard here in the final 7 minutes.
Yeah, that might be the problem for Raytown. I know it's 4-0, and some teams might say, well, it's 4-0, let's just keep possession, whatever. But there's so many players on this North Kansas City team that have an opportunity to play, and they want to get into the starting lineup, so they're out to impress. And there's a bunch of players trying to score goals and say, hey, can I get in this lineup? Can I get more playing time? And that's, you know, that's doesn't help Raytown, because they're still on all cylinders going here. A little collision there, but Raytown comes with a throw, and Halemanum is lying on the floor.
Joseph Chong still fighting for North Kansas City. Ball comes wide now. Jesus Lopez. Manuel goes out of the game for Northtown. Tanya Zahawa in the Hornets lineup now.
Coach given an opportunity for, because I think this is the first time he's been in, so now given an opportunity for a little game experience. JTP for working again. He just doesn't stop. That boy's got a motor.
Finn Dwyer trying to chase it down.
It's a good ball. Unfortunately, like we said earlier, it's on turf, so it's going to run a little faster. I'm not sure that orange peg should be on the field, though, because it almost bounced off. It came into play. I wonder if they would have played on, because it's right on the goal line. And
oh, exactly. Yeah, on both sides, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Football just more than an hour away here at Raytown. Now the Blue Jays with an opportunity. Comes Sanchez.
Did very well to keep that in bounds, and then you can see the ball goes out, and he wants that ball in his hands so they can go quick, quick, quick again.
If we only had pylon cam, maybe next season. The ball's loose for Joseph Chong. Alamariam.
Oh, tremendous tackle there. I think, is that McCready again, I think?
Yep, back in the match.
Yeah. Just a poor touch there by Hallenham, but what a tackle. Look at that. All ball, fantastic slide. And I think he's feeling a little bit cramped from it too.
He's a gamer, isn't he?
He is a gamer. They've got several gamers on this team that it works so hard. It's fantastic. It's refreshing to see.
Here's the manual.
Manny Escobar, who has the goal.
There's that little bit of class that he shows. He goes to fake like he's playing at line. He just cuts it back and then finds an easy possession. And there's another fantastic tackle from JT Peeve.
Jeffrey Peavy.
Look at this, ball's played in, touch a little off, but slide and tackle. And kept it in too. You know, North Kansas City might get a 5th here, but if they do, they're going to earn it. It's not going to be a freebie, that's for sure.
Left footer gathered up by Morales.
Yeah, good effort, just didn't catch it clean.
Escobar there to intercept. Left footer again.
That one was a little cleaner, but a little further out and not bothering Morales there. Here comes the shot. Gets it to his left quickly, strikes it quite well, but quite a distance out and didn't have enough on it to trouble Morales there. Last couple minutes sub here, Cortez is coming out. He's done very well. He's unfortunately most of the time he's had the ball in the offensive third, just hasn't had the support with him. But definitely one of the better players, absolutely.
Irvin Sotelo gets in the match. Final 2 minutes now. Zaidi, who had the first goal. Now Escobar. Able to clear it. That's Escobar down on the field.
I'm not sure what he's down for because he was nowhere near the ball. I wonder if he might have collided with someone accidentally. Because the ball was nowhere near him.
Gets up. Pointing to his knee. Zahala. Looking ahead to Finn Dwyer. Knocked away by Raytown. Holler Marion. Poked away. Zahala will throw it in. Josue Gutierrez. Battling, taken away by Raytown, handball.
Unfortunate handball. Gutierrez might want to just get rid of that ball. He's holding the ball for 30 seconds. He's asking Raytown to come and whack him in the back of the legs. He probably needs to move that ball a little bit quicker and get to the end of this game. Yeah, just a slight handball there.
And that'll do it. Northtown with a 4-0 win over Raytown. The Hornets with an impressive victory to go to 6-1 on the season. We'll take a break here from Raytown and come back to wrap things up. Hornets with a 4-0 win over the Blue Jays. It's Northtown, a winner over Raytown 4-0. Lee Fleisig, Doug McLagan with you. And Doug, it was kind of what you talked about in the pregame, that Northtown has a lot of firepower, and we saw that out of the Hornets.
Yeah, they're a very, very talented squad. My question is, are they good enough to maybe go state-bound? I'm going to keep an eye on this team because there's a lot of talent there. They work hard, they play some good soccer, and they've got some special players. So be interesting to watch them throughout the end of the season here.
All right, and I've got a feeling we haven't heard the last of Raytown either. This is a hard-working squad that we will hear from again. Doug, really enjoyed it. Thank you very much. For our entire Spectrum Sports crew, led by our producer-director, Joe Novacek, I'm Lee Fleisig saying so long from Raytown, where Northtown beats the Blue Jays 4-0. Just the opener on a doubleheader. It's Raytown and William Crispin football coming your way here next on Spectrum Sports. For all of us, we'll see you next time here from Raytown on Spectrum Sports.